now listening to Wrestle Report Australia.
You're here. I'm here. Let's do this!
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we knew you'd come. That's right, you're here, we're here, let's do this. Welcome to the very woken edition of Wrestle Report Australia. Today is Tuesday, 20th of March, 2018. As always, I am Mike and this is Lon.
Delete!
And we are the newest team bringing you all the news in the wrestling world and the fight game. Today is our Raw review, but most importantly, it's the review of the ultimate Deletion!
Delete!
So much to talk about for that alone. But all in all, not a bad Raw this week, my friend.
Yeah, this Raw was really action-packed, I reckon.
Very decent indeed. We started off once again with Kurt Angle coming out with some bad news. That sounds familiar.
Every week he's got some bad news for someone.
Yep, but this time he remembers it, which is good.
Yep.
And the bad news is the Roman Reigns suspension means that he won't be here tonight. But he started off saying that Roman Reigns is still suspended. The crowd cheered and was so happy. And then he said, and that means that Roman won't be here tonight. And then they booed.
Yeah.
Didn't really make any sense. But he said, apart from that, Brock Lesnar will be here. He's just running a bit late, so he's not here yet. Or is he?
Or is he?
So yeah, he says Brock will be here, even though you've heard it before. Rest assured, he will turn up. Then he goes to start talking about what happened with Braun Strowman last week, winning the Tag Team Battle Royal. And as we were informed before Raw today, that Braun will need a partner at WrestleMania. So he goes to start talking about that. But then, Roman Reigns.
Yeah, he just walks out of the crowd,
Just comes out of the crowd, you know.
It's all Cage.
The big dog. He just hops in the ring and Kurt asks him what he's doing here. And he tells him that backstage they're prepared for a situation like this to occur, as they always are. They eventually send out the Shield 2.0, the US Marshal Service. Roman says, who cares? Brock wasn't here, so someone needs to be here to represent the main event for Mania. Kurt says Brock will be here. Roman says, there's all these promises, but Brock's never here. Kurt tells him he's trespassing. He's trespassing because he's suspended. He's not allowed to be there, even though he's one of the biggest members of that roster today. He's trespassing. He's going to get in trouble.
Is he suspended?
Yeah, but then he says, what for? What am I suspended for? Telling the truth?
Dead
set, bro. Kurt's like, you've only got 3 weeks to go, man. You just got to be patient. But instead, you're doing something like this. Roman's like, I understand, but I don't care. This is Dallas, Texas. Obviously, Raw is coming to us from Dallas, Texas this week. And he says, I've made a whole bunch of memories here, a.k.a. winning the championship at WrestleMania in Dallas, Texas. And he says, I'm not leaving this ring until I make one more here tonight. So you go back there and talk to whoever you got to talk to, because I'm not leaving until I face Brock Lesnar. Roman sits in the ring with a chair, and then enter Shield. The US Marshal Service, 3 members of the US Marshal Service, come out wearing duck-and-ass vests that look very Roman Reigns-esque.
Someone like Corey should have picked up on it.
Yeah, that would have been something that he could have made a good zinger off that. I'm surprised he didn't. But then they start reading him his rights. Roman Reigns gets arrested.
Yeah.
Gets put in cuffs. And
he just lets him.
Yeah, well, he was being very polite, man. He's like, and that's what led to the altercation. Because he's like, look, I'll leave. Just don't touch me. And one guy touched him, and he was like, hey, I told you, I'll leave. Just don't touch me. And then they all just grabbed him like he was garbage.
Resistant arrest.
Yeah. And then Roman Reigns let loose with elbows.
Full connecting to me.
Yeah, he sent one guy flying.
Yeah.
Beats him down a little bit. And then Brock Lesnar's music hits. The guy that's apparently not there yet.
Yeah, but Roman's in the handcuffs.
Roman's in the handcuffs.
And he realises that he looks down, and then Lesnar's pretty much rushing the ring.
Yeah, he sprinted down to that ring. Roman tries to pick up a
Let's do this!
Oh, he has a good scream in this segment.
Yeah, he's been practicing.
Yes, he's been practicing. It took him a long time.
Yeah. All those high-pitched squeals, eh?
As you will notice at the start of our show, every week, every edition, we have the big man himself leading us in with one of those amazing screams. But yeah, Roman tries to grab his chair and swings it, but it misses, and then Lesnar just beats the hell out of him.
Suplex City, bitch.
Yeah, drops that line again, and he leaves a couple times and then comes back, beats him up more, leaves a couple times, chair shot after chair shot, leaves, comes back, suplexes, blah, blah, blah. Then comes back one final time and F5s him.
Yep.
And then he leaves.
That's what I was waiting for. I was waiting for that F5.
Yeah, you knew it wasn't over until he delivered the F5. And then he finally left, and Roman gets tended to by EMTs, and as they're putting him onto a stretcher, the crowd starts chanting, "You deserve it."
Yeah. He definitely deserved it.
Poor scrotum pains. Getting that shit. He'd just be laying in that stretcher going, "You fucking asshole."
This is the first week that Cole didn't pop in his pants.
Yeah, I know. There was no, the big dog!
Oh, big dog!
Oh my god, Roman Reigns is here. Roman Reigns. They were all like, whoa. What's he doing here? He's not supposed to be here. And they put him on the stretcher, get him out of the ring, and as soon as he's out of the ring, Brock Lesnar's music hits again. And he comes running back down to that ring and pushes the stretcher over with Roman strapped in. That was pretty funny. They didn't really need to do that, though.
Yeah, he didn't really get a good push on it.
No.
So it made it look a bit weird.
Yeah, it made it look a bit shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, we do that and then we go to commercial. But that's a good little opening segment for Raw. I was happy with that.
Yeah, it seemed like some, like, sort of old school to me.
Yeah.
Like a good, I don't know, it was just like a good segment. Something about it was just...
You know what?
Because they're normally not good with, like, segments these days.
I know.
And this was, like, a real good way to start off Raw. And you can see that they're really trying to, you know, push this as it's going to be the main event.
Oh, of course.
100%.
Yeah, I definitely agree now. Roman even said it on Raw. And they're really using it to kind of try and elevate Roman.
They do that, like, they do this a couple of times throughout the show. Like, they've really put in effort in the segments, and you can tell.
Mm-hmm. But you know what I loved the most about this opening segment? The fact that this was the opening segment. Because that meant the ultimate deletion will be where it deserved to be. And that was the main event of Monday Night Raw. That's right, the ultimate deletion was the main event.
The whole show will just sitting there like,
Where is
please, main event.
And it happened.
Yep.
There was even a moment where we thought, oh no, it's not going to happen. But it did. After that commercial, we come back just to a little recap of what happened because, you know, we're all about recaps these days. Even though we just saw something happen, we need to see it again just so we didn't forget.
And another 5 times.
Mm-hmm. And then after the recap, we see Roman being put into an ambulance. I thought we were going to see another attack.
I'm not finished with you.
But no, they let him get away with that one. And then we lead into the Asuka versus Alexa Bliss segment. And we see a little recap of their rivalry and the Nia Jax incidents and everything that's been going on there. Alexa and Mickey make their entrance, and then we go to commercial, and then when we come back, it's Alexa and Mickey in the ring cutting a little promo, and they're getting booed before they even talk. And Alexa's like, look, I get it, you're right. Last week I said some things about my best friend Nia Jax, and when she said that, they just booed the crap out of her. Like, you liar! Best friend. That were very hurtful and wrong. I didn't know everyone was listening, but, you know, that's no excuse. It was just girl talk. I know I got carried away in the moment, but I'm sorry. I sincerely apologise. That I did not speak the truth sooner. That's right, she had a little heel turn, like full on her friend Nia. So now it's pretty much official. She goes on about saying that Nia was humiliated in front of everyone and she loved it. She never liked her and she just used her. But she feels so much better now that she got everything off her chest. And she feels like she just dropped 300 pounds of sad, pathetic loser.
That's savage, eh?
What's with all these fucking digs at Nia? Like, I guess, like, she would obviously give him the go-ahead on it, but I mean, it's pretty savage, man.
And
it's unnecessary.
Like, if little kids are watching it, they're just seeing
That's
that
bullying.
as straight bullying.
That's bullying. How dare you be a bully? But, yeah, you don't. It's not necessary. But yeah, then she's like, you know, now that I don't have Nia dragging me around, dragging me down, I can finally do what nobody else can, and that's end Asuka's streak. And then Asuka makes her entrance, and it's Alexa Bliss versus Asuka. We naturally know who wins this match. It's Asuka, if you didn't. But this is the opening match of Raw. A bit of interference from Mickie James throughout the match. That the ref didn't really pick up on, and when he didn't really do anything about it. And it ended in a count out. Alexa and Mickie tried to, well, they didn't try, they succeeded. They walked out and Asuka won by count out. How many Lance stars does the opening match get? It wasn't anything too flash.
I'll just give it a 3.
Yeah,
like they had some good
there
little
were some
spots.
good spots. I liked Alexa Bliss's little sunset flip power bomb.
Yeah,
She did.
that was
That
clean.
was good. Yeah, it was very clean. I'd drop on my head if I tried to do that.
Yeah, Asuka was pretty hard hitting with like some of her shots.
Yeah, heaps stiff. I loved it.
Yeah. No, I'll just give it a 3.
The average.
Yep.
And as Asuka's celebrating and Alexa and Mickie are standing on the ramp, Nia Jax's music hits, of course, and she comes running down to the ring and just bulldozes Mickie James.
Yeah.
I'm surprised Mickie even got up.
Poor sticky stains.
His sticky stains. Got pumped. Absolutely pumped. Bliss runs away. Nia catches her. Mickie somehow gets up to her feet after just getting
Pummeled.
smashed. And allows Bliss to make the getaway. Mickie gets pumped again. Thrown into the apron. And then we see Alexa Bliss standing in the crowd. And Nia Jax at the barrier yelling, "Get back here!" But then Nia's like, fuck it. And jumps the barrier and starts chasing her through the crowd. And then we see, that's it.
Yeah.
Nothing
I
happened.
thought they were going to
really.
go backstage with him or something.
Yeah, but instead we see a little image saying that John Cena is here for his answer from The Undertaker. And then we're also told that Braun Strowman will be out next after commercial. So I guess, that's the end of that Nia segment. But then somehow, when we come back, Alexa's just with Kurt Angle.
Yeah.
Where's Nia? Did she do like a sneaky left turn? And
Yeah, quick left, straight in the Kurt's office. Boom. Nia goes running past
Yeah.
the door.
That's what I thought. I was like, how are we seeing Alexa talking to Kurt like we just saw Nia chasing her backstage? Anyway, Alexa's telling Kurt that Nia needs to be suspended and arrested after what's happened.
Because
And
everyone's got to be arrested
Yeah.
tonight.
And Kurt says that he heard what happened and what Alexa and Mickey were saying last week, and that the women's champ needs to be a role model and not a bully. And he knew exactly what he was going to do about this whole situation, and that was make the match official. It is now Nia Jax versus Alexa Bliss for the Raw Women's Championship. I'm hoping that Nia Jax goes over in that match.
Yeah, I hope she goes over, and then she sort of be that strong monster that just dominates the women's roster.
Yeah, she's looking savage.
Yeah.
Lit.
Even like meet up, like have a little friggin' undefeated streak, and then meet up at Survivor Series again with Asuka.
Ooh.
Champion.
Well, there are people in the circles, as they like to say, that believe that Charlotte might be the one to dethrone Asuka.
Yeah, she's the biggest threat to Asuka so far.
I don't really want to pick a winner of that match.
I'll just go with Asuka.
My heart wants to go with Charlotte.
If you put a bet on that match and went Charlotte, it's a good possibility that you'll get a big pay.
Yeah. Hear that, ladies and gentlemen? Mike might be cashing in. But yeah, so there's your women's matches are now set for WrestleMania, and we have Braun Strowman making his entrance.
Braun!
Getting the crowd involved. He had some "Get These Hands" chants, and the crowd are really loving Braun. And
he's so comfy when he comes out now. You can just tell.
Oh yeah, man, he's really feeling it now.
Yep.
He's got his confidence up.
I swear every week he just grows and grows and grows.
He's got his new little hand movement just to signal to get these hands. He knows what to do. He's, like you said, he's growing and growing, which is good to see, because you don't want to see just another big guy. He's just bulldozing people and doing drop kicks and
slamming them through friggin' the barricades.
Yeah, he does not care. He's doing whatever he can to just improve.
Savage. Lit.
He says that last week he won the Tag Team Battle Royal by himself, and now he's going to WrestleMania. But apparently he needs a partner. He doesn't think he needs a partner, and he knows that he can win the belt on his own, because he's the monster among... But before he could even finish his sentence, he's interrupted by... The Bar. Sheamus comes out. Hold on a second, fella. Tells him he's out of his mind if he thinks he can beat them by himself. They're the best tag team there is, and they'll walk in and walk out of WrestleMania still the champs, because everybody knows that we don't just set the bar, we are
the bar.
No, they didn't even get to say it, bro, because then Braun cut them off and told him to shut the hell up. Sheamus cuts him off straight away again and says, "How dare you say that? You think you're funny or tough? We've beaten every team there is on Raw, and you and your partner will be no different. If you think the beating that Brock Lesnar just gave Roman Reigns was bad, that's nothing compared to what we're going to do to you and your team at WrestleMania." And that was one of the stupidest lines I think that's ever come out of Sheamus's mouth. I don't think they're even capable of delivering such a beating.
Sheamus back in the day could have.
Could
have went hard hitting with him. Celtic Warrior.
No, Lesnar's just some sort of freak that would just outwork anybody. Just take them down and kill them.
Yeah, he's just another type of animal.
I love it. But then Braun tells them the last thing they need to be worrying about is Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns, because he's got two things that they need to worry about, and that's that he has a partner at WrestleMania, and he gets to face one of them right now. And then he asked them which one of them two wanted to get those hands. Crowd loved it, got into the "Get These Hands" chants once again. And it ended up being Cesaro versus Braun Strowman. Actually not a bad match. Cesaro looked pretty good.
Yeah.
I
noticed that this match was longer than Braun's usual matches.
Mm-hmm.
Except for Elimination Chamber and
main event matches.
Yeah, maybe main event matches, but yeah, he normally just squashes people or, takes a tiny little beating and but the sort of like going back and forth, Braun was like doing a lot more. That was good to see, like him getting some more time to do some more stuff, and yeah.
Yeah, I liked it. I liked it a lot, and I liked that it wasn't just your regular jobber match. I didn't want to see Cesaro get in there and just get squashed.
Yeah.
Like, he deserves a lot more than that, and they made him look decent.
Yeah, look good.
Like, he didn't just go in there and get pumped. A bit of interference by Sheamus trying to get in the match, but it didn't work, and obviously the winner is Braun Strowman, because they're not going to make Braun look weak.
Like, Braun doesn't have his partner. They need to play off that and make out like he needs a partner.
Yeah, even though we naturally already...
Like, we're always getting beat down or something by him, and then...
someone comes out finally to help him.
Or, like, he eventually just gives up and he's like, alright, I'll find someone.
Yeah.
I don't know. Something like that.
But we know who it is.
Yeah. Elias.
I don't like that.
Depends, like... If it's like a Team Hell No sort of thing...
That's what I'm expecting.
It could work, but it could damage Braun, yeah.
That's why I don't want it to happen.
Because he needs to stay the monster. When I seen him with that double bass, like playing it, singing, and like it was good, but it's
not as good as
they
it
shouldn't
should
go
be.
that direction.
No, they maybe later on in his career.
Yeah.
But they need to establish him as a big man.
Yeah.
That's just gonna destroy you. Anyway, how does his demolition of Cesaro, how many Lime stars does that get?
5? Nah. Nah, just, just give it a 3.
3?
Yeah. Like, maybe 3.5 just because of how good he performed. Like, and, I don't know, he had more time to shine, and it was pretty good. I liked it, like that little segment.
Yeah, it was good. There wasn't a fault. Well. even in the before the match where Cesaro says it takes a lot to be a good team. You got to travel together. You got to work together. You got to sleep together.
Yeah. And then you can see Braun. He's like pointing at him. Used to sleep together.
The crowd loved it, and then Sheamus told everyone to grow up. He meant like room together.
Yeah.
But yeah, there wasn't a bad part of that segment. It was done well, and they've still left it a mystery so far as to who his partner's going to be. So yeah, 3 stars, decent. And then, yes, we see our first clip of the Hardy compound. A recap of what happened apparently earlier today. We don't know really if it was, because one of these clips that they said was earlier today actually came out like 2 days ago.
Yeah, on friggin' YouTube.
But it's not this one. This one was Queen Rebecca playing the piano with Lord Wolfgang strapped to her back. Signor Benjamin was standing beside the piano, and Woken Matt Hardy was delivering a proclamation about the upcoming Ultimate Deletion. We saw King Maxwell.
Yeah, sitting there next to Rebby.
And yeah, so there was our first glimpse of what was to come, and I got super excited at this point because, everyone's waiting for it. And while we're waiting for it, you're going to have to wait a little bit longer to hear a bit more of this week's Woken Raw review, because we are about to take a little break. But we will be right back with a little bit more of Wrestle Report Australia.
Delete!
Whoop, whoop.
Howdy folks, I'm Chip Neckred, and I'd like to talk to you about Wrestle Report Australia and what it's done for me and my wife. My wife once came to me and said, Chip, I've got a whopping great big headache and I just don't know what to do. I've tried everything, taking a nap, having a hot shower, took a couple of Panadols, and nothing seems to be working. And my wife looked like horse shit, and I can tell you that. So I said to my wife, Barbara, don't worry about showers or Panadol, baby doll. Just get yourself a dose of some of the best Wrestling in 5 podcasts that there is and punch that headache right in the nuts.
That's fucking right, Chip. There's only one way to kick those headaches right in their testicular sacks, and that's by sitting back and listening to the latest and greatest wrestling and fight podcast in the world today. Wrestle Report Australia, the only place to go to get these pods. Hit the like and subscribe button now. You're now listening to Wrestle Report Australia.
You're here. I'm here. Let's do this.
Oh, yes, welcome back.
We knew you'd wait.
Yes, we did. That's right. This is the middle of our Woken Raw review. And I call it the Woken Raw review because it is the ultimate deletion.
Delete.
The thing we have all been waiting for. Well, that I've been waiting for anyway, and my good colleague here has been waiting for, and every fan of the broken/woken gimmick has been waiting for. The WWE finally did it. But, before I try to act bad at that, we first have to get through Titus Worldwide versus
Gay.
versus the Revival. Both got jobber entrances, which is interesting for the Revival.
Which is very deserving. Apollo and Titus McLovin, they need to get off our screens because they're just lacking as a tag team.
Yeah, that was deserving of a jobber entrance, but what about the Revival? They're trying to build them up. They can't give them a jobber entrance.
Fuck the Revival.
That's what I think of the Revival. Wasn't a very long match, but thankfully the Revival won.
Yeah, but what's the point after, losing to the Bar?
Well, they tell us their point. They hit the Shadow Machine on Apollo Crews for the victory, and then they're joined in the ring by Charles Caruso. She asked them, what is their path to WrestleMania now? They say that there's no tag team on Earth other than us that should challenge for those tag team titles, that is more deserving of those tag team titles. And tonight, they declare that because they cannot challenge for those titles now, that they say that Braun Strowman entered their world, so now they're entering his, and they will become the first tag team to ever win the Andre the Giant Battle Royal.
Yeah, it's weird that it wasn't actually announced and then they just announce it.
Yeah, they just
they're in it.
They just announced they're in it and they're going to win it.
they just assume that there's one this year, so they're like, yeah, we're in it.
Next week, guys.
Yeah.
We're doing the Moolah Battle Royal this year.
Oh, god damn it, we'll join that.
Give me a week. So yeah, we've been talking about it in the last few editions, and we got our answer. There will be an Andre the Giant Battle Royal, and apparently a tag team is gonna win it, which makes absolutely no sense.
Can I just point out there that it's not the Moolah Battle Royal anymore?
What is it?
They've changed it to the women's WrestleMania Battle Royal.
It's because I bet you it's because Carmella was all like, "I'm fabulous. I'm the Moolah of 2018."
No.
Yeah, I bet you that's it. She fucked it.
Have you not heard all the controversy?
No, I haven't, but I'm just gonna blame it all on Carmella.
No. Apparently.
Hit me with the facts.
Apparently, Moolah used to pimp out the women she was mentoring and training, and she was.
What do you mean by pimp out?
Like used to sell them. To
sexually?
Yeah.
To who? Superstars?
To just people.
Oh dear. Who said this?
It was all found like to be true and stuff, like yeah, and there was a big controversy over it. Like everyone was like, why is it named after such a bad person and stuff like that, so it forced WWE to change the name because everyone was asking for it. Do we have any like female superstars that like went on record saying, yeah, she did this to me? I'm guessing that there is, because like it's 100% true. Like everyone's covered it, and yeah, that's just what's happened.
Right.
Yeah, so when I heard of it, like, I did not expect that.
Yeah,
I was very shocked.
Well, Moolah, I guess you weren't so fabulous after all, eh?
There was like a few other things that she done as well. I can't remember at the moment, but
So it's now just the Women's WrestleMania Battle Royal.
Everyone's calling her the Wicked Witch of Wrestling.
The Wicked Witch of Wrestling.
Yes.
Damn, that could have been a good gimmick for someone.
Yeah, but yeah, I thought you heard of that.
No, I didn't. Sorry. I've been out of the loop. Mike's been a bit busy. So that's why I'm lucky I have my good colleague here with the facts.
Facts, straight up.
Boom. And then we get this week's Hall of Fame inductee. And it's the well-deserving induction of Mark Henry.
It's sexual, baby.
Sexual chocolate himself. He made it. From the Hall of Pain to the Hall of Fame.
Yep.
Congratulations, Mark. I'm happy with that.
Yeah, this class is just...
He's not even retired, is he?
No, he hasn't announced his retirement.
So, he's one of the very few to go into the Hall of Fame.
Wasn't he in the Rumble?
Yeah, I swear he was.
Yeah, he was.
There you go. So he's one of the few people to go into the Hall of Fame before, like, retiring.
Actually retiring.
Yeah, or like semi-retired. Like, he hasn't retired and made a comeback. Like, because, you know, you got like Kevin Nash and shit like that still come back for Rumbles every now and then.
Yeah.
But I'm talking like he's part of the active roster and he's going into the Hall of Fame. That's an achievement in itself.
And another addition to the Attitude Era, part of the Hall of Fame.
Seems to be the theme this year.
The theme.
But yeah, that's a great class. Dudley's, Goldberg, Kid Rock now, the country music star Jeff Jarrett, Little JJ for the
Along with my baby tonight. Shout out Double J Slapnuts.
Slapnuts. JJ Robertson for the Warrior Reward. And who else is there? Ivory? Is it Ivory?
Ivory, yes.
I swear I'm missing someone. Could be it. And I could be missing someone, but either way.
Hillbilly Jim.
Hillbilly Jim, that's right. Mudlick's favourite son. How could I forget? But yeah, so this is a good class. I like this class this year. And so yeah, congratulations to Sexual Chocolate Mark Henry. Then we have Bayley and Sasha Banks versus Absolution. Bayley comes out first, and then Sasha comes out, but she comes out with a microphone. And she's just saying, she was taught to face her problems head on, and she wants to fix what's going on between her and Bayley. And since she's the bigger person, she'll forgive Bayley for, leaving her and bailing on her and all this crap. Then Bayley gets a microphone and says the night after the Elimination Chamber, she was angry after what Sasha had done to her, and she acted impulsively by, bailing on that tag. And then the following week, she didn't cost her a match. She helped her win it, and then she took off after the match and let Sasha get beat down because she can't get over what Sasha did at the Chamber. Poor Bayley.
Just can't get it out of her head.
Can't get it out of her head. The look on Sasha's face after she did what she did just ate Bayley to her core, apparently. And that's a direct quote. She reenacts the moment, saying, here I was, and you grabbed me, just like the Lion King. She didn't say that, but, and then you kicked me off, and then you smiled about it. And she can't get that picture out of her head. How's she supposed to be her best friend, when knocking her down was so easy, like it meant nothing? Before she could even get a response, Absolution make their entrance, and Paige says it's time for their match, so basically tells them to shut up. And they'll see how real ladies settle the score. Interesting little segment. I don't think I like this whole Bailey versus Sasha Banks.
Nah, already seen it in NXT without this whole goofy storyline.
Mm-hmm.
Guessing it's just going to be a pre-show match, because if that's on Mania, I don't even know if I want to review that.
Yeah, I know.
Because...
No!
Yeah, no!
No!
No, come on, like... What's the point of building that now? Just save it for like another pay-per-view or something. Like,
Yeah. I
or
agree.
have Bailey go all out, heel, bang.
Aggressiveness.
Then it's going to make you look forward to the actual match.
In this tag match, Bailey looked aggressive and she looked good, but she looked stupid because she's dressed in tassels and things and like happy colours
and a little headband
and a little headband.
Ponytail.
Let your hair down, put some black gear on, maybe a bit of eyeliner, look dark, paint your nails black, get some aggression about you.
Hang out with Shayna Baszler.
Yeah, and come out just aggressive. But yeah, so it's Bailey and Sasha Banks versus Absolution. Mandy Rose is a fucking machine.
I swear she's like the best in the match, eh?
Yeah.
Like Bailey was doing, like,
Bailey looked good.
She looked good, but Mandy Rose, she seems to be the one.
The leading star of Absolution.
Yeah.
And I like that. She's good.
I wasn't expecting that. I was expecting
I called it, man.
Eva Marie. And I knew, like, she didn't have much time in NXT, like, on TV and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But she's killing it. And I don't know if this is true, but apparently Sonya Deville was on Tough Enough with Mandy Rose.
Yeah.
And
yeah,
Paige,
they know. Yeah, that's how they know each other.
Yeah, and Paige was their mentor or whatever in the show, so that's how the group was actually formed.
They're little friends.
Yeah, I didn't even know that.
And that's why they work so well together, because they have that bond. It's the female shield.
Yeah.
The winner of this match was Absolution, due to a little Sasha and Bailey altercation. And I like that, because I don't want to see Sasha and Bailey go over if they're just going to fight straight after the match.
Yeah.
I want to see the up-and-coming team win. And that's what they're doing, which is good. Absolution looking strong.
Looking strong.
How many line stars?
Just give it another average 3.
Another average 3.
It was better than most women matches, like, each week. Like, they're freaking six woman tags and, all these other little just throwaway matches that they do.
Yeah.
This one was, like, there's some good action in it, so it made up for it. I like Mandy Rose's, like, friggin' knee that she does.
Yeah, the V trigger.
Yeah,
that's what I call it. I don't care if they don't call it that in WWE. That's what I call it.
That's it was delivered well.
She always delivers it well, man. That's one of my favorite moves that she does.
Yeah, I've seen a list the other day of the knees, and she was one.
Like people who do it the best, and she's one of them.
Yeah,
for sure. Kenny's the best. He's a savage. He's absolute savage. But she to me is a close second. So yeah, I called it in the former editions that she's to me going to be the next breakout female star soon. And it just keeps showing in every match. She's growing and growing. But what's not growing and growing is this John Cena Undertaker feud. What's going on? Are we going to get our answer? Well, we're about to find out, because we lead into Big Match John making his entrance. And he says to the camera, he's gonna, today's the day he makes peace with Michael Cole. And then he just goes over and shakes the hand of Coach.
Coach, yeah. I don't understand that.
And finally, someone mentioned it. Corey Graves was like, "What? Why does he like you so much, bro?"
Yeah. Why does he like Coach so much?
And Coach said something like greatness recognizes greatness or something like that.
It's respect or something like that, he said.
But it's pretty funny to see. I like seeing that every time Cena comes out, goes shakes the hand of Coach. But then, yes, we have John Cena in another segment that went for about 10 minutes. Once again, taking all the time of the show. John, come on, bro. But he starts off by saying, this is not your typical Monday Night Raw, because everything is bigger in Texas. And that last week he put out a challenge to The Undertaker, and he gave him a choice. And tonight we all find out The Undertaker's response. And that he still finds it amazing that The Undertaker has been in hiding so long simply because he's been embarrassed. And as you pointed out to me during the show, that Edge on ENC's Pot of Awesomeness had a little knock at Cena for that.
Yeah, he reckons he shouldn't have attacked him
Like that way.
Yeah, should have just approached it as the match that hasn't happened at Mania.
Mm-hmm.
Still have respect for the Undertaker.
You've got him, man.
Yeah,
he's the OG. He's the big dog. He's the original big dog. He's the legend. He's not a legend. He's the legend. The Undertaker to me is the greatest thing to ever happen to professional wrestling, hands down.
Yeah,
and just because of the gimmick itself and who was portraying it and the legacy that he's left, it's unparalleled, man. You can't beat the Undertaker. And so John says that the Undertaker feels that we, as people, think that he doesn't belong here anymore. And John says that is absolutely ridiculous. Which is true. I mean, yeah, he's old, and he hasn't looked the best in his recent matches, but he needed surgery for a very long time, and he's finally had it. He could probably have one more decent match now that his body's proper, that as good as it can be. He can have one more match.
Cena knows that there's hip surgeries and involved and stuff like that. Why is he going on about Undertaker being an egomaniac and?
Oh well, he can't do. Well, I guess because he's already dropped a line. Remember back in his feud with Roman, he's like, "I'm not some 50-year-old man with a bum hip."
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, I don't know.
Contradicting himself.
Yeah, but I think if Taker comes back, the match will be decent. It'll be better than Roman versus Taker. That's for sure. He did not look good in that match, man, and that's sad. I felt so sad watching that match.
It was Roman.
Yeah, Roman's a piece of shit. Fuck you, scrotum pains.
Everyone's always done well with Undertaker, except for him.
It's because it's Roman.
Even Brock Lesnar could put on good shit with Undertaker, so...
Yeah, and Undertaker was knocked out half the match. And as ridiculous as John Cena says it is, he's like, as long as there is a WWE, the name Undertaker has meaning. And he's asked around the world, and we saw it last week, that a whole crowd stood to their feet with a mere mention of the name Undertaker. And then he's like, before I get the dead man's response, I want to know how Dallas feels about it. Dallas cheer, and they give the yes chants, and everyone knows that we want to see this match. And then he says, well, get ready and hold on to your seats, because the Undertaker's response to my challenge is nothing. Silence. Not a yes, not a no, absolutely nothing. He's such a fuckwit, John Cena.
Yeah.
This is he revs you up for something he's gonna give it, and then you...
Boom.
No, nothing. And then John says that is the Undertaker's biggest mistake. The biggest mistake the Undertaker has ever made, and he said it last week and he meant it. He doesn't mind going to WrestleMania as a fan, and he would love to go to WrestleMania as the Undertaker's opponent, but for that dude to not get off his ass and give me a yes or no, that is damn disrespectful. Not only to me, as John Cena, but more importantly, it's disrespectful to each and every one of you.
So disrespectful.
So disrespectful.
That he's had over a 20-year career.
No, and he can't just give a response straight away. He's chilling, John. Let him just, he'll respond when he's ready.
What is this Cena? He's such a savage.
He's got to play the bad guy. in this scenario because we can see it. We've got the We Want Taker chance. They want Taker to come back, and he when he does come back.
But what if the badass comes back? This is my yellow boy.
It doesn't matter which one comes back because even if he comes back as the badass talking smack, the crowd's gonna be cheering for him.
He needs to come back, fuck up Cena, and then he needs to go back as the badass and fuck up Roman, and then freaking Lesnar.
No, keep him away from Lesnar, bro. Lesnar will kill him.
Yeah, probably. F5 him and he's turns to dust. He's gone.
He'll just shatter his spine, bro. Like,
This is how you just boing.
just
dust.
keep them away from each other. They've had enough. They've faced each other enough. They've had 2 Hell in a Cell matches. In the first one, Lesnar put a fucking hole in his head with the steps.
Yeah.
That's one of the most savage moments I've ever seen.
Undertaker with the cast, eh?
Yeah. Beats it off him with the chair. You know, Lesnar ties the belt around him. Had Heyman back then with his ponytail. Oh man, that was a good match. That. But no, they don't need to fight each other again. No, thank you. Lesnar will obliterate. Can you imagine The Undertaker taking a German suplex?
Turns to dust.
Just folded.
It's gone.
Lawn chair.
All that's left is his clothes laying in the ring. Again. Dust.
But it's much respect to you, Undertaker. Honestly, we love you. And Cena says, you see, folks, without you, there's no streak, there's no rest in peace, and there damn sure ain't no Undertaker. So, Mr. Undertaker, after all these people have given you everything they have, you can't find it in you to give them a yes or no. And then we have Undertaker chance, and we want Taker chance at the same time, because yes, we are in Dallas, where Undertaker is from, Death Valley.
And Chip is from there.
Yes, our good friend Chip Redneck, who loves to endorse this product. He's also from Dallas, Texas.
Shout out to Chip.
Shout out to Chip. Shout out to Barbara. We hope you're doing well. And then Cena says, dude, if you're retired, just say no and be retired and everybody will understand. But if you're not retired, say yes and give the world what they want to see. But instead, what do? You sit there and drown in your insecurities. Savage. He says you're not the god that people have made you out to be. You're just the man you allowed yourself to become, and that man is a coward. And then he says The Undertaker is a coward. And the crowd boo him. And he says, prove me wrong. Give me a yes or give me a no. Matter of fact, don't even give me a yes or no. Do some of that stupid shit. Give me some smoke. Give me some lightning. Just give me something. Don't sit here and do nothing. Be a man, be the Undertaker, and do something. And then, funnily enough, we got do something chants. The crowd just started chanting, do something, do something, do something. Which was pretty funny. John Cena's starting chants every week now. Jumping in crowds and sipping beer and starting chants. But nothing happens. And John's like, you hear that? That's the exact moment you let everybody down that believed in you. Undertaker, you're not a god, and right now you should barely be able to call yourself a man. And with that, we had the entrance of Kane. Out of nowhere. Kane's music hits, comes down. John Cena has a little comedic interaction with him saying, see, it's Kane. The Undertaker's brother in destruction, who the Undertaker sent here himself. Pointing at the crowd like, yes, haha.
We've got an answer.
And he says he's here to give us the response we all deserve. So, Kane, is it a yes or is it a no? And then Kane chokeslams John Cena and leaves.
It makes him embrace the hate.
Yeah, embrace that. Cop that. That's what you get for talking shit on The Undertaker.
And we're getting Kane versus Cena next week, apparently.
Yeah. Yeah, that's announced a bit later on. It comes to us as breaking news.
Apparently.
After what just happened, it will be Kane versus John Cena next week. And after we see that chokeslam, we see yet another wonderful clip of Matt Hardy at the Hardy compound. And this is the one we were talking about, where they say it's earlier today, but it was actually uploaded like 2 days ago. It's him meeting with George Washington in the form of a giraffe. Indulging...
Yeah, that's the only thing that disappointed me about this whole night of the deletion. Was them advertising the clips that were...
Earlier today.
Yeah.
But we know that one wasn't, specifically.
Yeah, it was a couple of days ago. And they uploaded them to YouTube, so...
And it was longer, too, on YouTube.
Yeah.
Like, they shortened it on Raw.
Silly.
Yeah. But George Washington indulged in a delicacy.
Gave his advice.
Yeah. And then we have The Miz and The Miztourage versus the Balor Club. Because, who doesn't want to see that?
Yeah, these 6-man tags.
Loving them.
Over them. Especially ones with Finn in them. Swear he's in every 6-man tag this year.
This year, eh?
Even last year, probably.
Just everything 6-man Finn's involved. Miz comes to the ring. Oh, grow up, will ya? Miz came to the... You're as bad as this Dallas crowd. I meant wrestling-wise.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Miz comes to the ring this week with a WrestleMania program. So naturally we know he's going to be cutting a promo about how he's not featured enough. And he says, we're 3 weeks away from WrestleMania and the Miz is getting no respect. And then the Miztourage with the no respect. And he says he's not featured enough in the WrestleMania promotion. No respect. He has the deck stacked against him and doesn't even have to be pinned to lose his belt. No respect. That was pretty funny. I like that.
The crowd were doing it as well.
Yeah. And then he says that last week on The Miz TV, he exposed Finn Balor and Seth Rollins as who they were, and that is liars.
No respect. No.
No, not that time. He said that they resent each other and all it took was a little nudge. But at WrestleMania, that will become a big push for Tyler Black and Prince Devitt. I don't know why you said Devitt, because it's Prince Devitt. So I don't know if he botched that. Or if he was scared of
He got the last part of Finn. He got the double ends.
Yeah, and just
chucked it in front of the Devitt. It's Devitt.
So yeah, I don't know what that was, but he dropped their little indie names there, and he said it'll be a big push for Tyler Black and Prince Devitt when I send them back down to the bingo hall so they can too sweet all you little indie fans. And if we won't give him respect, he's just gonna take it. And that's when the Balor Club interrupt him. What do you think about the Miz's work, lately in particular?
It's just, I don't know. It's always good, but I don't know, it's starting to get a bit annoying.
I feel like I keep seeing the same thing.
Yeah. I don't know. It's just getting a bit on my nerves being there every week.
They seem to be setting up a split with the Miztourage.
The past 2 weeks, they've had the Mizzies and Miz TV. Get rid of the gimmicks and stuff. Why do you have to have that for him?
Why can't you just give him a match?
Yeah, just give him a match or...
Singles match. Have just a random defense on Raw.
Backstage promo.
Don't even have him in action.
Yeah, that's it.
Have him with the...
He doesn't have to have a promo every single week. Because every single week he's had a promo. Or he's had a segment. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I totally agree. Did you notice that there's a little rift in the Miztourage there? How he was going off at him a bit. And then during the match, I believe something happened with the Miztourage. There was a little there was a little miscommunication there. Was there not? It kind of led to the roll-up win of the Miz. He sent the Miz... Finn Balor sent the Miz into Curtis Axel and then rolled him up, got another roll-up for the win, just like he rolled up Seth.
Yeah, I didn't really see it as miscommunication. It was just
I don't know. I think there might be
It's
certain
just a
up.
goofy way to finish off the end of the match.
Yeah.
You know, just have, Miz get knocked into whoever it was. Knock him
Before
off the ropes.
we get too far into it, I want to say I did forget to mention that before this match began, Seth Rollins made his entrance and joined the commentary booth, and he was entertaining on commentary. I do enjoy when they have guest commentators, because it's always funny to hear some zingers thrown in there.
Yeah, CM Punk, shout out.
Yep. The best commentator in the game. But yeah, so the Balor Club won, but I think that just because The Miz was talking about what happened last week, and he had a little go at the Miztourage, saying he's like, you guys were obviously too busy, don't know where yous were, when I was going through what I went through last week. So he was going off at them, and then, I don't know, that ending to that match where he bumped into Curtis and that cost him the match. It could lead somewhere with a little... I'm hoping it leads somewhere, because I'm sick of this Miztourage shit.
I don't see it at the moment. I see him sticking around for a while, actually.
But speaking of a split up, then they form as one and start attacking Finn after the match immediately. And they take out the club quick too, so they couldn't get involved.
I didn't like that.
Yeah, they made the club look weak.
Yeah, such a big guy like Gallows just getting taken out so easy by
Bo
was it
Dallas.
Bo? Yeah. Looked a bit silly, yeah.
Good work, coach.
New generation's Rhino.
Good work, coach. Yeah, I didn't like that either, man. It made the club look really weak to see them get taken out so quick by Curtis Axel and Bo Dallas.
Yeah.
So they go to do what would appear to be the Shield type powerbomb as the Miztourage to Finn, and Seth jumps off the commentary booth and runs down and takes out the Miztourage, and then...
Yeah, before he takes the headset off, he's like...
do I have to?
Yeah.
And he decides to be the good guy, goes down and curb stomps the Miz, and then after the match, him and
Cole can't adjust to calling
he keeps
it
calling
the
it.
blackout.
He can't stop calling it the stomp. It is the blackout, but I said curb stomp just because Cole keeps saying it, so I don't really know what it is.
Yeah, he called it the stomp this week.
Yeah, just the stomp. So who knows? But him and Seth and Finn have a little face off after the match, and that's it. How many Lime Stars does this get? But before I ask this question, I want to just put out this fact, and it's noted that I'm a Finn Balor fan. But something's really, really getting on my nerves. It's really grinding my gears, as they say. Why you always flexing, bro? After every, big move you do, you've got to scream and just fucking flex.
Yeah, he's flexing and always smiling.
We get it, bro. You're shredded. We know. We can see it through your leather jacket when you wear it out. And also, fuck this blue gear off. This is Monday Night Raw, the red brand. If you want to wear blue gear, go over to SmackDown. Come on. You should know this by now. I'm sick of this. Get some red gear. Or just go back to black gear, man.
Yeah, Mike's a fashion designer.
I am. If you see my Instagram profiles on my pictures, my fashion's on point, and that's because, cheap plug here, thanks to loversoflunatics.com, I have all the hottest merch that there is that you need to go and purchase. So yeah, loversoflunatics.com, go there and suss out some really cool shit. So, Finn, trust me, I know what I'm talking about. But stop flexing, bro. We get it. We know. We don't need to see that anymore. And as Lon said, we also know you have white teeth. We can see you've got a good smile, man, but you don't need to come out smiling all the time. Sometimes a situation calls for an angry Finn.
He's just got it in his head that he's over, like he says.
Yeah,
and he's like,
bro. Yeah, that's me. I'm the
so
best.
happy.
I am
I am
the
so
best.
over. I'll just smile.
Yeah. So that's my only little problem with the match is Finn's little antics. But how many Lone Stars does the Balor Club versus the Miztourage?
It would have got just the average 3, but I'm sick of these 6-man friggin' tag shit I don't care for them.
I don't care for them either, my
I
friend.
don't. So let's get into 2.
2.
Yeah.
That's.
I
Acceptable.
could have went 1. We'll just give it a 1 and a 2.
1.5. We'll give it a 1.5.
1.5.
1.5. Sorry, Finn. Sorry,
1
club.
1/4.
That's you deserve better than that. Finn should be in singles action, and the club should be in a stronger position. 1.5. Sorry, guys.
Well, they should be in a better feud.
Yes, definitely a better feud. They should be in a feud with. Well, they can't. I would say the Revival, but they just kind of did that and just breezed over it quick, like it wasn't anything major, which was a mistake. WWE creative team, you could have had some good feuds there because, you know, it's not like the counterpart of the Balor Club in the Indies, you know, the Bullet Club aren't running this whole fuck the Revival campaign, you know. It's not like you could have played off some real life antics there, but hey, whatever. Just breeze over it like there's no significant thing, as you always do. So, come on. Put the club in a proper position. Give him a decent feud. And if I see him in a match against Titus Worldwide next, I swear to God, Vince, you're getting a phone call. But with that, we are going to take another short break, but we'll be right back to close out the rest of our Woken Raw review. So, we'll be right back with a little bit more of Wrestle Report Australia. Whoop, whoop.
Hello. You're currently listening to Wrestle Report Australia. The boys are just taking a little break right now, so please sit back and enjoy this brief intermission brought to you by the one and only Sergeant Sirius. Take it away, Sarge.
Thanks, Lola. I'm Sergeant Sirius, and I am the four-time testosterone champion of the world. The most serious power man in this game. You think I'm kidding? I can lift a truck before you can even lift your dick. That's how serious this is. And do you know what calms me down after a hard day of kicking the world in its ass? That's sitting down and listening to the newest and most amazing wrestling and fight podcast in the world today. Wrestle Report Australia, the only place to go to get these pods. Hit the like and subscribe button now. Back to you, butt nuggets!
Welcome back, everybody. This is the final segment of this week's Woken Raw Review. As always, I'm Mike. This is Lon.
Delete!
And we left off at the end of the Balor Club and Miztourage segment, and we lead into the closing stages of Raw, and we see yet another magnificent video of the Hardy compound, and it is Woken Matt in his good friend Skarsgård in the Lake of Reincarnation, which we will soon see more of. Has his little promo. Once again, good. I love how it's all filmed, and it looks very traditional, broken style, and it's cool. I like that. And then we had a little Ronda Rousey segment, you know, with a little kind of interview thing with her and Kurt.
Yeah, they made out like she was going to be there.
Yeah, they announced like Ronda Rousey later tonight.
Yeah.
And it was just a little hype package. And to note, finally, WWE got UFC footage. Finally.
So hype her a bit more.
Instead of just showing us pictures of her in fighting stances. So I'm glad that they finally have that. At least we can kind of see a bit more of her doing something instead of talking and just photos.
Yeah.
And seeing her slam Triple H all the time.
Well, I'm guessing Lesnar's going to have another fight for UFC, and maybe
that's definitely happening.
That's maybe what they exchanged.
Maybe.
So maybe Lesnar's still staying and just having a fight.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know. But see, if Brock went back, I want to see him go back and do more. I want to see him go back and have a few fights.
Yeah, he probably will.
He better. He fucking better. Anyway, Ronda's talking about, you know, how she felt defeated and felt like God hated her after her last fight, and she thought there was nothing to do, and then it's a dream come true to come to WWE, and now she's training and working her ass off and this and that. It was just a good little build. Kurt was giving her praises, and it was a good thing. Like, they're not shoving her down our throats, really, but
they're lying to us about her. Like how they said that she was Well, they made out like she was going to be there every Raw until Mania.
Yeah, and they're just doing
They
these
skipped
little
out last week.
segments and recaps and...
Yeah, I'm sick of seeing the recaps of
Yeah, I know.
what's happened.
I think that's why they did this little interview thing.
Yeah, it's good to see Kurt, like, sitting there next to her. Like...
Yeah, it gives her a bit more of a backing.
They seem like a good pair, like, for the simple fact, like,
Oh, okay.
Kurt's a good wrestler.
Yeah, exactly.
Like a full professional wrestler.
For sure.
And she's, like, you know, from the MMA world, you know, wrestling and all that. But, yeah, they seem to be a good pairing.
Yeah, definitely.
I didn't think it was going to work.
Me neither in the
I thought
beginning.
it was going to be really weird, but it's better. It makes more sense than The Rock.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. The Rock pairing was just because of celebrity status.
Yeah.
This is because of, like, legitimacy. And, yeah, it makes perfect sense. So, yeah, for the first time, I didn't actually hate a Ronda Rousey segment. Well, actually, that's not true. It's not the first time. But it wasn't a bad segment. Other than they ended it with the hype image of the WrestleMania match and it had her bloody theme playing. Other than that, good solid segment. And that leads us into the main focal point of this week's edition of Monday Night Raw. The ultimate deletion! Oh my god, I was so happy to see this. But the one thing that pissed me off is we saw Bray Wyatt, like we were saying, traditional broken style. He showed up at the Hardy compound gates.
Yep.
And he came in with his lantern, which was cool, and Vanguard 1 came down and scanned him. And then we went back to the commentary team, and this is what I didn't like. Michael Cole saying this is like childish or something. He said something, and then he said, I'm sorry for what you're about to watch. Acting like it was something stupid.
Yeah. It seemed like he was cut about it.
Yeah. And that to me, that really pissed me off to see how he was like apologising, like, I'm sorry for what you're about to watch. It's going to be shit. It's what everyone's been waiting for.
He should have said, you're in for a treat.
Yeah. Hyped it.
Yeah.
Corey tried to cover it up, and hype it.
Yeah. He's like, what do you mean, Michael?
Yeah.
This is the ultimate deletion. Yeah, no, I reckon it was pretty disrespectful.
Definitely. And there was no need to apologise for what we saw, because what we saw was wonderful. When we finally cut back, it's Vanguard 1 with Bray, and he pops out, Matt Hardy pops out of Vanguard 1 as he does, and tells Bray Wyatt,
A little hologram.
Yeah, he knew he would come, and to follow the music. And that leads us to Queen Rebecca playing the piano next to the ring in the woods of the Hardy compound, and they have a little bit of a interaction in the ring. Then Vanguard 1 initiates the boomstick protocol, and that was a little funny segment. Matt's like, Vanguard 1, initiate protocol.
Yeah, they're going back and forth, and
Bray's like,
yeah,
initiate what? Initiate? What does that mean?
Matt was getting beat down, and then Matt had the call out for Vanguard.
Vanguard 1. And then we saw Pyro.
Yeah.
Pyro made a comeback to WWE television because we were at the Hardy compound. And that was cool, that little attack by Vanguard. But among the things we saw, there was, we led into a dilapidated city in the Hardy compound, and there was a cool little segment there where Matt asked him if it reminded him of something, and then Bray got entranced because he thought he was back at the Wyatt compound.
Yeah.
And that was cool. We saw flashbacks of when it got set on fire, and that was cool. Little...
it looked like he was attached to it at the start, and then he started freaking out about it, and that was really good. They did this whole segment really well. Bray killed it. Yeah. He killed it. It was so good. We led then to the land of obsolete men. Yeah. Where Matt was playing hide and seek. Yeah, behind the tombs. Yeah, that was cool. Calling out to him, Eater, I'm over here. Consumer,
come find me.
Yeah.
This was just all done perfectly. And then we made our way to the Dome of Deletion, where Matt looks like he's gonna run him over with a mower of lawns.
Yeah.
He-
He going back and forth.
Between the
Chair
with
of wheels? The chair of wheels? Or the mower of lawns?
and he picks the mower of lawns.
Yeah. We're gonna savage run him over, eh?
Yeah, I know that, but he obviously knew it wasn't gonna happen. Bray countered it.
Doing his little demon pose.
Yeah. It looked.
And
Matt
stopped.
Matt's riding towards him with like the symphony playing.
Yeah.
Looks like he's gonna run him over. Bray just does his
demon
little
pose.
demon pose and counters it and shoves Matt's face on the engine or whatever, and then beats him down a bit and drags him to the Lake of Reincarnation. And this is where the most exciting moment for me happened. It looked like Bray was going to win. Bray was in control of the deletion. He tells Matt that what you don't understand is this isn't my ultimate deletion. It's yours. And just when he's going to find a way to beat him, he goes over to Skarsgård, flips it over, and there's Senor Benjamin laying down with one of those inflatable globes, and he chucks it at Bray. Bray catches it. Senor Benjamin starts singing.
He's got the whole world in his hands.
And then we hear, he's got the whole wide world in his hands. And we see a quick flash of the one, the only Brother Nero standing next to Bray, finishing the one.
Yeah, it was like he was sort of over his shoulder.
Just for a quick second.
Yeah.
And that made me so happy.
It was a good way to tease him.
Yeah. Like you said during the show, it looked like they may have cut quite a bit.
Yeah, there was no King Maxwell.
Yeah, what was up with that?
I thought he would have had like some little segment, some little part in it, but yeah, that's the one thing I noticed from that he wasn't in it.
Yeah. Or Lord Wolfgang.
Yeah, Lord Wolfgang.
But yeah, that little segment there was cool with Senor Benjamin chucking him the globe so the whole world's in his hands. That was pretty funny. And then that quick glimpse of Brother Nero was great. Absolutely great way to, like you said, just to tease him.
The whole thing was a good way to bring the Deletion series into WWE.
Oh, definitely.
It was just a warm up.
Oh, yeah.
So if anyone thinks it was lacking anything or something like that,
Testing the waters.
They're just testing the waters. It's only starting, and that could be a reason why we didn't see King Maxwell in action. But
in action,
yeah, he's gonna have a match in WWE.
Of course he will. He'll debut.
Drake Maverick.
Yeah, he'll beat him again.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh my god, that would be amazing.
But good tease for Brother Nero.
Yep, great. And that led us into the closing of the match where Matt got the upper hand and sent Bray into... Oh, he pinned him. He hit the twist of fate and then sent him into the Lake of Reincarnation.
Yep.
And we were hoping for a glimpse of old Husky Harris.
Yeah. But no Husky.
No Husky. He just then asks Senor Benjamin to fetch the consumer of entity's soul. The consumer of entity's carcass.
Yep.
And Senor Benjamin goes and looks for it. And he says it's not there.
It's gone.
It's gone. It's gone, Master Huddy. And then Matt says, wonderful. The Great War is over.
Bray Wyatt has been deleted.
Delete.
So has Bray Wyatt been deleted, or?
It's going to be interesting to see how he will make his return to WWE programming.
Or is he going to ask Matt to come to the House of Horrors?
Or will Bray Wyatt become Woken?
He should join, eh?
Woken Bray.
No. I don't want to see it finish yet, because where's Bray going to go after this?
Exactly, it needs to continue. Something needs to happen there.
He needs to assemble some troops.
I don't want to see the Bludgeon Brothers go back into a Wyatt family program. They're too hot right now as an individual tag team.
Yeah,
Wyatt,
Strowman.
yeah, he needs a whole new family.
Yep.
Wyatt needs to be adopted, and or adopt someone. But yes, the Ultimate Deletion, the winner was Woken Matt Hardy. How many Lance stars does the Ultimate Deletion get?
You know what I'm giving it.
I do, and I totally agree. Hit him with it one time.
5 times.
5 times.
Nah, 5 stars. Fuck, it definitely deserves it.
Oh, for sure.
100%.
They built it well. They put it at the spot it deserved to be, which was the closer of the show. Matt won. We got the teaser of Brother Nero. We saw Senor Benjamin, Queen Rebecca. We saw the hype packages throughout Raw, so we did get to see a little glimpse of King Maxwell and Lord Wolfgang.
The whole Raw was a good Raw.
It was good show.
Yeah, except for like the filler matches, like, you know, Apollo, Revival, the Absolution. Them 2 points were probably the only two.
They were the low points.
Yeah, maybe the Miz and that, because you know how I am with the 6-man tags.
Yep.
But you know, you had the Reigns and Lesnar promo. What was after that? Was it Asuka and Bliss?
That's the first match of the show.
Yeah, Strowman in the bar. I like that.
Good segment.
What else was there?
The Cena segment.
Cena, yeah. You know, it wasn't the
Wasn't
worst,
his best one,
but
it wasn't the worst. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
So.
That was good. And then, you know, ending it with the
Ultimate Deletion.
The Ultimate Deletion was the cherry on top.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was a really good Raw.
It was.
The only thing I don't like is the way that they advertise the segments and the matches. They're all out of order, or they're either too late. They won't advertise until halfway through the show.
Yeah, I agree. We should know what's coming at the start of the show.
At the start, like, you do a couple at the start, have a match, do the rest.
Maybe make a match or two here and there.
Yeah.
But don't make that the focal. Oh yeah, I totally understand what you mean. Yeah, but other than that, decent show.
Yep.
And that brings us to the end of Raw this week. We will be coming at you on Thursday. No, actually, this week. Sorry, we will be coming at you tomorrow. Because we will be doing it this week on the day of SmackDown other than the day after. So you will hear us tomorrow for the SmackDown review, and that's going to be interesting because there are some reports and conflicting reports that AJ Styles is actually injured with a legitimate injury. So because they did that Madison Square Garden live event and they ran the injury angle there to keep him out of action, but there's actually rumors that he's actually hurt. So my position on it is, if he's in action tomorrow, then all is well. But if he's not in action tomorrow and it's just like a promo or whatever, then there's a bit of fuel to the fire there that he might actually be hurt. And if he is hurt, that's some bad news. They need Bad News Barrett to come back and just deliver some bad news.
Hit us with that bad news, eh?
But I'm hoping that is not the case. But before we go, as always, I want you all to hit that like and subscribe button if you haven't done it already. And you must go out and tell anybody that will listen to you. Scream it from the top of buildings. Drive down freeways screaming it out your car. Get a megaphone if you have to make these people listen. And let them know that Wrestle Report Australia is the only place to go to get these pods. As always, I am Mike. This is Lon.
Yo, yo, yo.
And this has been our weekly Raw review with a bit of a woken wisdom hint. Thank you very much for tuning in. As always, this is Wrestle Report Australia, the newest place to go to get all the wrestling news and the news from the Fight Game. We'll be back at you tomorrow with SmackDown. Until then, deuces.
Doses.
Whoop whoop.